Good morning, students. Welcome to Good Samaritan School online health and nutrition class. Today, health and nutrition class, I will talk about carbohydrates or carbs. So I'm sure you know what is carbohydrates. Uh, Carbohydrates are the fiber, sugar, and starch contained in the food we eat. Much like fat and protein, carbohydrates are the macronutrient. So macronutrients are what that gives the body energy, and with carbs being the primary source. The main functions of carbohydrate is to furnish energy to the millions of cells within the human body. So carbohydrate, which make up approximately about 60 to 65% of average Indian diet, are classified as either monosaccharides, disaccharides, or polysaccharides. So the term saccharides is just another word of sugar. So the prefix mono, di, and poly refers to the number of sugar in the molecules. So mono means one. So monosaccharide is a carbohydrate made up of one unit of sugar. Mono means one, and saccharide means sugar. That means one sugar. And di means two, and disaccharide is a carbohydrates made up of two units of sugar, and poly means many. So a polysaccharide is made up of many sugar units bonded together. Let's talk about monosaccharide first. Monosaccharide are the building blocks of carbohydrates. All carbohydrates in a diet must be reduced to monosaccharides by the way of digestion before they can be used by the body as a source of energy. And the common monosaccharides include glucose, fructose, and galactose. The most common or simplest monosaccharide carbohydrate is glucose, which can be oxidized and used directly by the body for energy, or it may be broken down by the digestive systems and converted into glycogen and store it in the muscle and liver for later use. The interesting point I want you to note down is that we take carbohydrates in the form of food, and carbs is broken down into glucose for the energy to be used by the body. But the excess glucose is converted into glycogen and stored in the muscle and liver for later use. Once the storage capacity of glycogen has been reached, once it is full in muscle and liver, the excess glucose is converted into fat and stored in the fatty tissue or adipose tissue of the body. This means even if a person is on a high carbohydrate and very low fat diet, it is still possible for you to have body fat level, increased body fat level, if you consume more calories. The other common monosaccharide is fructose. It is the primary monosaccharide found in fruits and plants, and other is the galactose. It is also the primary monosaccharide found in milk. So all these monosaccharides are single 6-carbon sugar with the chemical formula C6H12O6. That means 6 carbon molecules, 12 hydrogen molecules, and 6 oxygen molecules. So let's come to disaccharides. So disaccharides are carbohydrates made up of 2 units of sugar. So disaccharides are formed when monosaccharides are joined together. So the common disaccharide includes maltose, which is made up of 2 glucose molecules. When 2 glucose are joined, it makes maltose, and sucrose, also known as table sugar, which is made up of glucose and fructose. When glucose and fructose are together, sucrose is formed. And lactose or milk sugar, which contain glucose and galactose. When glucose and galactose are together, lactose is formed. And polysaccharides are formed when glucose monomer are linked together to form a long chain. So when they bond together to form a long chain, this polysaccharide is formed. So this long chain of glucose unit is ideal for storing energy. It is good for storing energy, and an animal including humans store energy in the form of glycogen. So we often refer to carbohydrate as being either simple sugar or complex carbohydrates. So monosaccharides, disaccharides are simple sugar, and complex are referred to polysaccharides. Let me tell you the difference between simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. Let me begin with complex carbs. So complex carbs take a longer duration to process in the body because it has a long chains. It has many chains, so it will take longer to be used by the body, and they help complex carbohydrate help with the prolonged release of energy due to the high amount of nutrients and vitamins. Complex carbohydrates has uh, a high amount of nutrient as well as vitamins, and complex carbohydrates are beneficial when you are trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle, as they provide the body with extra nutrition to use and last longer as a source of energy. So some several example of complex carbs are brown rice, whole grain, wheat, oats, starchy vegetables, beans, peas, and lentils. And simple carbohydrates are akin or related to processed food. They are regarded as simple sugar. Simple carbs get separated in the body very fast and are used as an immediate energy source that burns out very fast, comparing to complex carbs. They can be detrimental or harmful to the body when regularly used or consumed, since they are comprised of refined sugar with a little amount of vitamins and minerals. So some example of simple carbs are honey, sugar, fruit juice, processed milk, candy, soda, and biscuits. So these are the difference between simple and complex carbs. Before I conclude, I will want to tell you about the bad carbs or refined carbohydrates. So if you are attempting to lose weight, you must completely reduce your consumption of refined carbohydrates. So refined carbs are the main causes of obesity and consist of high level of fats, calories, and sugar, and give very less amount of energy. So the processed or refined carbohydrates are germ and branchless grain, and as such have decreased very low or very low nutrients content. And refined carbs are found in food made with white flour like pizza, pasta, white bread, noodles, etc., and sugary beverages and potato chips are also high in refined carbs. Refined sugar is regarded as a refined carbohydrates. So therefore, ice cream, cookies, cake, and donut are the most typical refined carbs sources. So from today onward, integrated fresh vegetable, whole grain, fruits, and food with high fiber in your meals. They contain proper carbohydrates. You should be feeding to your body. Always choose the good source of carbohydrates to make you healthy. Okay, thank you so much for listening to me till the end. I hope you learn about carbohydrates more. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask me. Thank you once again. Have a good day.